Hi guys, it's Jen with Card Zen by Jen, and welcome back to another Manic Monday. This is the first Monday of November, so I am hoping that this weather will hold out for a little bit longer, but I think we have some cold weather right around the corner. We're going to be making another 5-minute card today, and today we are featuring the Grassy Grove stamp set and the dies. So the key player in this one is actually going to be this tree canopy dies. So I'm going to pull that out. We're going to pull out the tree canopy dies, and we are going to pull out the deer. So I recently had this card as a make and take at a recent retreat. And everybody seemed to like it. So I'm going to be redoing that for you today. So I'm going to set my dies aside. And let me see. I'm going to restart this and just make sure that we are actually live and everything is working properly. If you are on today, say hi. If you're watching on the replay, just say replay. I'd like to get your thoughts. So again, this is the Grassy Grove. The only stamp that I'm going to use in this today is going to be the thank you. So we are going to do more of a silhouette type card for you today. So I'm going to pull that out. As for paper, we are just going to be using crumb cake, pull party, and basic white. So let me get started on those cuts for you. We're going to start with the crumb cake. This is going to be your card base, and we are going to cut this down. So it's already 8.5 wide. We are going to cut it down to 5.5. This gives you 2 card bases, so you could actually make 2 cards out of this. The next one that we're going to do is the pull party. We are going to cut this down to 5.25 inches. By 4 inches. Hey Debbie. Hope you're having a good day, enjoying the beautiful sunshine out there. I don't think we're going to have it for very long, unfortunately. So the next one that we are going to do is our basic white. This is going to get cut down to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So if you're following along, you can pretty much tell that this is the basic matte layering technique. Everything goes down by 1/4 inch on all sides, and that creates some beautiful matte layers. So now that we have all of our cuts done, and just so that you can get it ready, we also need a couple of pieces of scrap of the crumb cake and 1 long piece of scrap for the longer piece of scrap for the basic white. I'm going to set that aside. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do our die cuts. I don't always involve die cuts, but this one, you can't do this card without the die cuts. So usually I can pull out my mini. Today I have to pull out the big guns because my one sheet of paper, this white sheet of paper is what we're going to be die cutting with the canopy. We're simply going to lay this, let me show this to you. We're simply going to lay this centered on this piece of white, and it is going to make a beautiful feature for the front of your card. So simple, so easy. When I first started stamping, I was all into the really hard stuff, and every once in a while I like to do that hard stuff just because it's a challenge to me. But for the most part, why work harder? Just smarter. All right, so now that I have that pulled out, you'll see that the die cut's done. Look at that, it's gorgeous. We are now gonna just take our brush and we're gonna brush out. I do this on my floor. It makes my husband crazy, but I literally just do this on my carpet and then I vacuum it up later. So as you can imagine, I do the same thing with dimensionals too. I'm a very sloppy stamper. So there we go. We have our face there, our face piece. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to do our deer. We are going to take those scrap pieces of the crumb cake. We are going to put our deer dies on top of them. So put those deer in there. These deer are absolutely adorable. I really, as soon as I saw the deer, I had to have this stamp set. And quite honestly, my husband has given me full permission. If anything has fishing or deer on it, or pheasants, I absolutely have his blessing to buy whatever, if it involves any of those things. So we have our deer. Let's pull those apart. Sorry, I'm kind of out of view here for a second while I get that. And then we're going to get rid of this machine. Again, I love using my mini. Mini is great, but there's a few things that you just cannot do with that mini. So get that out of the way. And let's finish this card up. It is super simple. You aren't going to believe it. Just going to take our crumb cake. This is your card base, so we are going to fold that in half with your bone folder. Give it a nice crisp edge there. Next thing that we are going to do is we're going to take our pull party, apply some glue. Doesn't take a lot of glue. I think I usually use way too much glue, but you know, there are worse things in life. I'm going to push that down. Now we're going to take our canopy. We're going to apply some glue to the outer edges of this. Just be careful to the outer edges. It gets a little thin on that one side. And then we're going to center that on our pull party. There we go. Press that down. There we go. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our deer and we are going to apply just a little bit of glue to the back of them. And we are going to stick those down. I'm going to put the big one over on the right side. And then we are going to put the little one right behind the mama. There we go, because isn't that how we usually see them? The little one's right there and she's looking back at them. The next thing that I'm going to do is just going to take my white Stampin' Chalk marker, and because I love it when I see the deer with the spots on them, I'm just going to add a couple of spots. This is the time of year where we should stop seeing the spots though, otherwise they're not going to make it through winter. So the last thing that we're going to do is we are going to put our thank you, and we are going to grab our crumb cake stamp pad and bring our piece of white scrap right here. And we're gonna say thank you on that. Let me see if I can get that good enough. All right, take your scissors and just snip that. And then we are going to apply some dimensionals to the back. And then we are going to just adhere that to the top right of our card. There you go. There you go. All right. It is that easy, that simple. And there is our 5-minute card for today. So a couple of other things that I did with this card in the past is that I have used another stamp set and made it a happy birthday card. And I got this from the Happiness Abounds stamp set, the happy birthday. I love that writing. I also made another one as congratulations because I think this works beautifully as a baby card, a welcome baby card, with that little baby deer there behind, following behind. So I'm going to post this to my Facebook page. You'll also get it posted to my website, which is just simply Card Zen by Jen. And I'll be sure to link up all of the items that I used today and the dimensions so that you can go back and make some cards of your own. If you do that, please feel free to come back and share those on this post, because I would absolutely love to see what you've done. My other thought is that maybe I could even take this and create this into like a Merry Christmas or a Season's Greetings. What do you think? What are your thoughts? All right, you guys have a great Monday. I will catch you next Monday and we'll do it all over again. Have a great day.